You're lying in bed, the lights are off, your body is still, but your mind is replaying a conversation from 6 hours ago. A sentence you said wrong, a look someone gave you, a decision you're still not sure was the right one. You tell yourself to stop, and that's exactly when it gets louder. This isn't a willpower problem. You're not weak, and you're not broken. Something very specific is happening inside your skull right now, and once you see it, you'll never think about bedtime the same way again. Here's the piece almost nobody tells you. Your brain has two very different modes for existing in the world. One is called the task-positive network. It switches on when you're focused on something outside yourself, driving, working, talking to a friend. The other is called the default mode network. It switches on the moment external stimulation drops away, the moment the room goes quiet and the lights go dark. Think of it like a house. All day, the lights are on in every room except one. The moment you lie down, every other room goes dark, and that one room, the one you've been avoiding, lights up completely. There's no external noise left to hide it. So your brain does what it was built to do. It goes looking for unfinished business. That's not a malfunction. It was a solution once. Tens of thousands of years ago, this same network kept your ancestors alive, replaying the day, scanning for threats, rehearsing tomorrow's dangers, before sleep made you vulnerable. Overthinking at night isn't a modern flaw. It's an ancient security system. The problem is, the threats it's scanning for tonight aren't tigers. They're emails you didn't send, and things you wish you'd said differently at dinner. So the system that once protected you is now the thing keeping you awake. And it doesn't stop on its own. It waits for permission. Here's where it gets interesting. A 2011 study out of Baylor University asked people to do one simple thing before bed. Write down tomorrow's to-do list. Not their worries, not their feelings, just the list. The people who wrote the list fell asleep significantly faster than the people who journaled about their day. Sit with that for a second. It wasn't processing the past that helped them sleep. It was closing the loop on the future. Because your brain isn't trying to punish you at 11 p.m., it's trying to finish something. It treats an unresolved thought the same way it treats an open browser tab running quietly in the background, draining power, waiting to be closed. Psychologists have a name for this, the Zeigarnik Effect. Unfinished tasks occupy more mental space than finished ones. Your mind doesn't let go of what it hasn't closed, which means the goal was never to stop thinking. The goal is to give the thinking somewhere to land. That's what the next 10 minutes are built to do. Not to force silence, to close the tabs. Minute 1. Before you even lie down, you write. Not your feelings, your unfinished business. Everything still open in your mind, listed without editing. This isn't journaling for insight. This is inventory. You're not solving anything yet. You're just naming what's still running. Minutes 2 through 4. You do something almost nobody expects. For every item on that list, you write one small next step. Not the solution, just the next physical action. Your brain doesn't need the problem solved tonight. It needs proof that the problem has been handed off to tomorrow you, and tomorrow you has a plan. Minutes 5 through 7. The list closes. You physically close the notebook, or put the phone down and out of reach. This sounds small. It isn't. There's a reason it matters more than you'd think, and it has to do with a part of the brain most people have never heard of, one that decides what counts as done. We'll come back to that. Minutes 8 through 10. The body takes over from the mind. Slow, extended exhales, longer than your inhales. This isn't a breathing exercise for relaxation. It's a direct signal to your nervous system. Long exhales activate what's called the vagal response, which tells your body, quite literally, that the danger has passed. There is no tiger. There is no unfinished task. You are safe enough to stop scanning. Here's the part that flips everything you just learned. The 2011 study didn't just find that writing helped. It found that the more specific the list, the faster people fell asleep. Vague worries kept minds racing. Specific concrete next steps, shut them down almost immediately. Which means the real enemy was never overthinking, it was vagueness. Your mind wasn't trying to torture you. It was trying to get an answer to one very simple question. Is this handled? And for years, you never gave it one. You don't need fewer thoughts. You need a mind that trusts you've already caught the ones that matter. Maybe that's the quieter truth in all of this. The people who sleep peacefully aren't the ones with fewer problems. They're the ones whose minds have learned they'll be listened to before the lights go out. So tonight, before you turn off the lamp, ask yourself, what's still open that I haven't given a place to land? Perhaps the silence isn't empty at all. Perhaps it's just waiting for you to close the tabs.